Hello, everyone. This is a short tour of my website, EcoMigrants. This is me down here. My name is Paul. A little bit about me and a way to contact me. The basic point is we're in the midst of overwhelming crises, and things are going to collapse pretty soon. I think within 20 years for sure. I think actually it's going to be sooner than that, mostly because of how interconnected all of our crises are. So they're going to speed each other up. And the point of this, the usefulness, is that if we understand this and work together, I think that we can protect some people. I think overwhelmingly it's going to be a disaster for most of the humans on the planet, certainly our country, but I believe some of us will do better. And this is why we need to understand these things. So here's the short video tour of the site. This is what you'll get. This is this video, actually. I worked on these timelines just recently, and these are individual timelines. I'm very proud of this. Here's climate tipping points. Okay, they're by decades. You'll see an awful lot of things are happening about 10, 15 years from now. Infrastructure, biosphere, health, the North American collapsed geography. Like things are going to happen. Things are going to fall apart at different rates and in different places. Okay, and so here's some suggestions about how and when these things will happen here in the United States. Here's my sources, and basically I have been studying these things for a while now. So here's all of the material that I've put together, and it's organized by different categories, and there's summaries in each of these pages. There's quite a lot of YouTube videos, websites, charts, and drawings. There's a vast amount of information here. The science of climate. Here's a lot of videos here. Most of this material I put together over 2023, 2024. I haven't added too much in 2025. Not too much more specific information. I feel like the pattern is pretty clear. I'm starting to summarize things. So that's where these collapse timelines, I think these are super important. The agricultural collapse timeline of the United States. Okay, what's going to happen 15 to 20 years from now, 20 years from now, 10 to 15 years, soil depletion, groundwater exhaustion. This is really the place to start, I think. These collapse timelines. It's relatively easy to get the big picture of these. Most of the rest of everything in here is, let's say, background information. And there's a tremendous amount here. Okay, nuclear. I just want to give you a tour of some of the pages. Tremendous amount of links, an awful lot of YouTube. There's usually a summary of most of these pages. There'll be a summary up top, and then information that comes through a lot of, as I said, a lot of YouTube. It's on and on. A tremendous amount of information here. I will be making more videos. There's not too many of them right now. It's kind of what's next for me. Basically summations and some of my opinions. In the front page, there's some notes about how to navigate through here. What you're watching is the short video tour. Everything I've tried to sort and label to the best of my ability. So if you click into something, you kind of have an idea of what you're getting into. So here's a YouTube video. It's 8 minutes. It's from 2024. It's about the groundwater, and it's from the Wall Street Journal. Here's one about the Colorado River, 60 minutes. That's who produced it, and it's a 14-minute YouTube video. So I've tried to label things so you see what you're getting into. Because of this, you can browse to whatever your interests are. Clicking anything, as you've seen, opens up a new tab on your browser. You can return to this home page up here. Like, for instance, if you're here at Jevons Paradox, you can go EcoMigrants. That brings you back to the home page. There's some cookie settings up here. Here we go. If you want to look at that. Nothing triggered anything in my system so far on this website. Certainly, of course, recommend that you use as much browser protection as you can figure out how to use. That goes for all of us. I think that's about it. The collapse timelines. I want to say a few things. I think that obviously this is a monumental disaster, but there's another couple ways of looking at this. One is that this is going to be like the most interesting time ever in human history. We're going to be ringside to the most fascinating, largest changes that any humans have ever seen. Also, we are astonishingly lucky in terms of our standards of living and what's available to us. We are. Here's this wonderful summary about how even someone of modest means today, and I'm not sure about sub-Saharan Africa, but certainly in the developed countries, like the poorest people in the developed countries now are by many measures like richer or have more advantages than any humans ever in history. Our phones are basically like telepathy. Our airplanes are like teletransportation. We've never had anything like this, and it's only just incredibly recently in the last few generations. Biodiversity, pollution, climate, carbon, energy, resources. I think really resources is pretty much the biggest deal. It's a bigger crisis than pollution or health or climate. I think the resources. We're running out of stuff. I think that's really that's gonna drive. It's gonna drive conflict. It's gonna drive armed conflict. I think that's the biggest issue. There's just not enough stuff left. Water, fossil fuels, carbon, steel, sand, aluminum, rare earth elements, however you want to measure it. We're running out of stuff really, really quickly to support this, incredibly sophisticated industrial civilization that 8 billion of us share. Well, that's it. I hope this helps.